Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Maximus Black.
And Nova War.
And we're bringing you guys a master level game from D2Dgamer.com where the fans send in their replays. If you guys haven't already, go sign up on the forums. It's a good spot to find practice partners, talk about LAGTV and any other games that interest you. And let's introduce those players, shall we? ZooM starting down here in the bottom left position, and up top right we have Griz.
Very nice indeed. So, Masters level game, as Mr. Black was pointing out, and Terran versus Terran also. Terran versus Terran Masters games, they can be really short.
He even said, I hope this doesn't turn into mass tanks.
Yeah, see, and
it will.
At the Masters level, you know, more often than not, it turns into mass tanks versus mass tanks, and Vikings get thrown into the mix at points, and it can be really boring, but it'd be really hilarious also.
Put us on busy.
Yeah, I'll put us on busy. It would be really hilarious also if both of these guys just really actually come to an agreement.
No tanks?
Not to build tanks, just no tanks.
It's like playing in Brood War when you're like NR20.
Yeah, just
no rush 20 minutes.
No rush 20 minutes, except no tanks and Vikings allowed. I find that really sad, and it's probably something Blizzard might want to look into.
Yup.
Because holy shit, if guys are in the match going, I really hope this doesn't turn.
What? Oh, there we go.
Okay. I really hope this doesn't turn into tanks and Vikings. That's not good. If your Masters level players are saying that, you might want to look into it.
Yes, sir. And look at this. We are touching the towers here. Just some regular scouting going from each side. Look at this mirror matchup of production tab now. Barracks are just basically neck and neck. Same with the refineries and the SCVs. Both players are playing extremely quickly. If we take a look at the APM, 162 average and 101 average. This is very fast. I know a lot of it's spam clicking, but they're constantly moving, and that's always a good thing. You can even see that, like, if you're watching the pros play, they're constantly moving their fingers or warming up their wrists or stuff like this, basically making sure that the blood is always circulating through there. It's if you know what I'm saying.
Those so scientific, just warming up the wrists and really getting the blood circulating, the blood flowing. Maybe
I was trying to make some Starcraft conversation. All right, some filler.
Maybe eat your breakfast because it's the most important meal of the day. really get yourself energetic and ready to go.
Yep.
But yeah. Anyway, no, it's very true. They are constantly moving. They are constantly keeping their hands going.
Whoa! Do we have a nuke coming?
What?
A Ghost Academy already.
It might be a nuke. It might also just be ghosts, and I think that's what we're seeing right here. We are seeing the Mobius reactor being researched here, and so maybe just some good old-fashioned ghost play. Ghosts can really do huge damage, even in small numbers, just at the back of the pack using their snipe ability.
Oh yeah,
can
very strong.
Pick off Marines really easy, and can definitely turn the tide of a battle if they're used properly and microed well.
Yeah, no, definitely, and they're underplayed. I find even in the pro games, you really don't see a whole lot of ghost play. I mean, if they're up against a Protoss, whatever, sometimes you do see a nice EMP. But besides that. I mean, I could be totally wrong. I mean, I do try to watch as much pro games as I can, but for the most part, you really don't see people going mass ghosts, and for good reasons. They're pretty weak, like, you know, hit point wise. Like, they go down pretty quick, and they're very expensive. And they're also one of those special units that you really have to know how to use them, and use them well for them to be effective.
They are micro-intensive. I won't say they're as micro-intensive as something like a High Templar or something like that.
No.
Because they can be thrown into a mix and just go and attack move, and they will do their damage, and they will do a decent job. High Temps, on the other hand, they'll just headbutt people.
They're just casters.
They're just straight-up casters. Yep. And but, you know, ghosts definitely are. I think they are underplayed. I think they haven't found their perfect usage yet. Just one of those units, just like I think Ravens are also underplayed. You know, I tend to think that some Terran units are underplayed simply because the Marine Marauders are so useful.
They're so strong.
It's so hard for somebody to make the decision not to go those core basic Terran units that you don't see them as often.
Yeah, but here's the great thing about it as well. It's kind of a flip side to it is. When they're not used so much, when they are used,
it's so fun to watch.
And not only that, is your opponent isn't expecting it,
you catch them off guard,
they don't even know how to deal with it correctly because they haven't went up against that scenario as much. And there you go. You see how strong those ghosts are. 3 of those bad boys ripping apart that Hellion very, very quickly.
Oh, yeah. Oh, look at them. They're all so happy with themselves, holding that massive gun up in the air.
A 4th ghost? Really?
Oh, there's a lot of ghosts down. You know, I have actually seen a couple of builds, and more on the way. I have seen builds that are just nothing but ghosts.
We have an attack over here.
Drop play, getting down in behind the supply depot, but he did have...
Oh, man!
Down they go, and they're going to try and pick off the rest of that medevac, but no such luck. But yeah, you can see how strong ghosts can be if used properly against those opening barracks units of the Terran.
Oh, absolutely. Those things just mowed down those Marines and those Hellions. Even that medevac almost shit the bed on its way out of the base. If I was ZooM right now, I would be zooming right out of there.
And so he is going back down.
Come on.
That was really bad.
Just go with it.
Oh my goodness, that was bad. But Griz is now coming down. You know, even though this isn't a huge army, with snipe and with EMP and all that wonderful crap that comes with it.
Oh yeah, it's deadly.
It can be deadly.
At this point, that right there, with how much ZooM...
Oh! Instant death.
What you see right there...
Like, spontaneously combusted. I didn't even see the shot.
On the amount of units that ZooM has, that is basically the equivalent of... Boom. 50 Ultralisks running down to your base right now. That's how strong that shit is.
That's a lot of Ultralisk. And down goes,
down
it goes. And look at this. We're just attacking.
One-shot kill.
Slowly over time. And look at this. He's only about a couple of ghosts away from being able to...
he does have a tank. He does have a tank.
Does have a tank. That's going to be a lot of damage. They're going to get rid of most of these. There's a bit of splash damage there as well. Just not going to be able to do a whole lot. Or this, I think, no, wait. Normal tank attack, that doesn't do splash, does it? It's just siege mode, right?
Yeah, just siege mode. Just a little bit of damage.
Just
a little itsy-bitsy damage.
I'm losing my mind.
Oh, man, these ghosts. One health, 12 kills. Is he gonna micro this ghost? He's not fast enough. He's not. Hating it.
Sour.
But man, those ghosts.
I don't know what that was off of him, but it rolled down that hill. It was kind of epic.
Those ghosts just did what they needed to do and some.
That ghost turned around.
But
and
for a
boom,
master player, his macro right now
is shitting.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing about ghosts, right? Is that, like we were saying, they're so micro-intensive
he
that
needs to get more. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
But I'm not making an excuse for him. He should have definitely been keeping up. I mean, it's not hard to just. He's already got it on his hotkey.
He could have built an expansion, got ready to get some more gas because the ghosts are very, very gas intensive. He could have got a couple more barracks and got out some Marines in the mix there. You know, he's going down for another attack here with 4 or 5 more ghosts. We have 5 ghosts coming down, and that is going to be huge. He still doesn't have cloak yet, which is kind of weird. If you're going to go mass ghost, you might as well go ahead and grab your cloak.
Well, you're up against Terran, right? And so there's going to be a lot of things, a lot of scenarios where cloak isn't going to be super useful, and most of their energy that they want to be using is snipe in this kind of what they're being used for.
Very true.
It does want to be used snipe. Cloak definitely could come in handy in very little specific scenarios here, maybe just on the escape if you have some energy left over from not using snipe so much. But as we're seeing now, ZooM is getting his expansion
1,700 minerals
up and on the way. But man, the mineral count is unreal. This is
unacceptable. If you're a master level player, this is unacceptable. You're gonna get mopped all over the floor.
But there's Cloak now coming down for Griz. Maybe you know what? I won't put it past him. Maybe he's just having a good time. Maybe he's just saying, I don't want to have an all-out tank war.
Having a good time with $2,000 sitting in your bank?
I know what you don't call that a good time?
Well, that is a good time, but you know, you could be having a better time.
Oh, and down goes his tank, but there's your cloak. But it's too quick.
Oh, snipe. He GG's out of this game.
Out of it. Well, he doesn't have enough. He can't keep up with this.
Can't believe mass ghosts work.
And they do indeed if they're microed properly. It is a bit of an all-in though if you're not careful. As you're seeing, the macro can go way up. 2,600 minerals. Definitely, even with a mass ghost build, that's not really acceptable, especially if you have a hotkey 4, you already have your barracks, you can definitely still build it up.
If it wasn't for the initial damage that Griz did against ZooM with all those SCVs and those Marines and his failed attack up here at the base, I don't think that build would have worked. He had way too much money. I think, I'm not going to say a good Terran player because obviously he's very good, but I think under any other circumstance, there's a chance that could have failed. I mean, it's nice to see a change for once in a while. I'm happy we casted this game because it's something new, but I'm not telling all you lower level players to go and run out and start massing ghosts.
No, definitely not. It's certainly micro intensive because you have to be keeping up on that snipe. You have to know when to use it,
where
to use
master, obviously it's micro intensive. He's got 2,600 minerals.
2,600 minerals.
What does that tell you?
And you know, yeah, there could be a number of factors as why his minerals are that high. I don't think there's I don't think there's any reason for it, really, but it worked.
Yep.
He tore it up.
Yep.
There was a 1 health in there that turned around to a 360 headshot, no scope.
Boss.
That was pretty boss. So we're going to wrap it up right there. For now, ladies and gentlemen, this has been LAGTV coming to you from the fine locale of Canuckville, Canada. I am Nova War.
And I am Maximus Black.
Peace.
See ya.